Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruh wa na'udzu billahi min syururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. May yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa may yudlil fala hadiya lahu. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu amma ba'du. Hello everyone, my name is Moreno. Thank you very much for giving me a chance to stand in front of you all today. And if you're wondering what I'm going to do or why I'm standing in front of you today, well, because in this precious chance, I will gladly explain to you all about the most disgraceful thing to do as a Muslim. And by most disgraceful thing, what I meant was Syiriq. So yeah, in this chance, I will explain to you all the dangers of Syiriq. I will tell you every little detail about it, and with the purpose so that you all can understand English, understand Syiriq, and so you all can avoid Syiriq. Yeah. So yeah, before I even start mentioning ayats or hadith that explains about Syiriq, there's an important question that we need to ask ourselves first, and that important question is, what is Syiriq? We all know Syiriq is a bad thing, but what does it even mean? Why do we even have to avoid it? Well, in Arabic, the word Syiriq comes from the word sharika, which means associate. Why associate? Well, because in definition, Syiriq means associating others with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And as if there's another Almighty besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the people who do associate others with Allah are called mushrik. Well, we all know Syiriq is a bad thing, but what about the mushrikeen? How should we react to the mushrikeen? How should we face them, or what should we do when we are around them? Well, a lot of people say that, oh, Syiriq is bad, so that means mushrikeen are also bad. We should always insult them, or we should always pick a fight against them, and we should always start a war against them. But that statement is not fully correct. Yes, we do need to act them as our enemy, but only that. We don't need to extend further and insult them or pick a fight against them just because they're mushrikeen. No, we're both. Each side are still humans, and we still need to respect each other. We still need to respect each other. In Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 192, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, but if they stop, then indeed Allah is most forgiving and most merciful. And in this verse, by they, it means the mushrikeen who are attacking the Muslims. So if they stop the hatred, by stopping they mean stop the hatred, that means Allah is most forgiving and most merciful. And we Muslims should also stop the hatred as well, because there's a slight chance that they stop the hatred and accept Islam. And if they accept Islam, then Allah is most forgiving and most merciful. And we Muslims should never start the hatred as well, because it is a Muslim's duty to be good or to do good to other people and never pick a fight against anyone. But will the mushriks still be forgiven if they stop the hatred, but they don't accept Islam? And the answer is simply no. They will be forgiven for stopping the hatred, but they will not be forgiven for they don't accept Islam part. And the consequences or the dangers of not accepting Islam are very, very severe. The dangers of Syiriq are very, very severe. One of the dangers of Syiriq is in Surah Al-An'am, verse 82. Allah explains by saying, those who believe and those who do not confuse their iman with tyranny or Syiriq, they are the ones who get security and they are the ones who will get guidance. And in this verse, by those who believe and those who do not confuse their iman with tyranny, that means us, the Muslims. And in reverse, people who do confuse their iman with tyranny or Syiriq, they are the ones that they will never get security and they will never get guidance. And those people are the mushriks. Another example of the dangers of Syiriq is in Surah An-Nisa, verse 116. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, whoever associates something with Allah, then indeed he has strayed as far as possible. Well, those are just some of the examples of dangers of Syiriq in general. But if we dig a little bit deeper, Syiriq is actually divided into two groups. Syiriq, the first is Syiriq Akbar, and the other one is Syiriq Asghar. In Arabic, Akbar means big and Asghar means small. So basically, there's big Syiriq and small Syiriq. And what are the consequences of Syiriq Akbar? So first, I'm going to mention the consequences of Syiriq Akbar. Well, first is in Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse 72, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala said, "Truly, whoever associates something with Allah, then surely Allah has forbidden heaven for him, and his only place is hell, and there's no helper or hope for the wrongdoers." And another example of the consequence of Syiriq Akbar is in Surah Al-An'am, verse 88. Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala said, if they had associated others with Allah, undoubtedly the deeds that they had done would have disappeared from them. And now we're going to move on to the consequences of small Syiriq. Well, compared to big Syiriq, of course, the consequences isn't that serious or isn't that severe compared to big Syiriq. But still, even though it's small Syiriq, we still shouldn't underestimate the power of small Syiriq, I guess. Because if we keep underestimating small Syiriq and we keep doing small Syiriqs, those small Syiriqs will pile up and become one big Syiriq. So never ever underestimate small Syiriq. Okay, continue. What are the consequences of small Syiriq? Rasulullah said in his hadith, in fact, what I fear the most for you is the little Syiriq. And for example, one of the example of small Syiriq, namely Riya. Allah will say to them on the day of resurrection, when giving recompense for human deeds, go to those with whom you have done good deeds, but Riya in this world. Will you receive a recompense from them? So basically, what this means, in the day of resurrection, every human being will get recompense for his good deeds in the afterlife. And the people who do good deeds because of other human beings and not because of Allah, Allah will say to them to go to the people who they did the good deeds for, or because of Riya, because they wanted to get praise or something. And Allah will tell the people who did Riya to go to those people and don't ask for recompense from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Wait, there's no closing. Maybe that's it for my presentation on. Maybe that's it for my. Wait, in conclusion, so there's two types of Syiriq. First is Syiriq Akbar and Syiriq Asghar, and both Syiriq has many different consequences, and there's actually more examples of Syiriqs, but just to shorten the time, I will only mention these few. But if you search more on the internet, if you watch some videos of kajians or from the ustads that explains about Syiriq, you will know more. I only explain briefly, but what I know, I only explain in this short amount of time. And maybe that's it for my explanation about the dangers of Syiriq. Maybe that's it, and I thank you very much for listening, and thank you very much for your attention. I will close my presentation by saying Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.